Yo, peace. Vlog number 2, daily vlog. Seems like I'm getting a fairly good reaction to vlog number 1. Thanks. Appreciate all the comments, of course. I'm trying to read them all. I've got to be honest with you, I've got a backlog of comments from, I really haven't logged on to my YouTube channel in about 3 weeks. So there's a lot of stuff. If you sent me a PM or something, just be patient. I'll do my best. Facebook is a better way. I see those notifications more regularly, and I tend to respond over on the Facebook Myargonauts on FB page a little bit more regularly. So today is Monday, the 8th. Yesterday was the 7th, and I failed to mention it's Ringo Starr's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ringo. I'm a big Beatles fan. So I was always a little miffed growing up that my birthday was July 6th and Ringo's was July 7th because I always wanted to have a birthday the same as a Beatle. That would have been awesome, right? So what's going on in my life? So Monday kicks my ass, let me tell you. There's a famous Boomtown Rats song. I'm a huge Boomtown Rats fan. They were kind of a new wave punk band out of Ireland. Fronted by a guy named Bob Geldof, who went on to do Live Aid and Band Aid, the famous Band Aid charity single in 1984. And boy, am I probably dating myself. Most of you watching this were probably born in the frickin' 90s. Yeah, so they recorded a song. There was a shooting, actually. It's got a really, tragic beginning. There was a shooting, a school shooting in San Diego, of all places. And supposedly the girl that did the shooting, rare for a girl to do a shooting, when she was dragged off, she says, somebody asked her, why did you do this? And she said, I just don't like Mondays. So he took that phrase and made a song out of it, and it became very controversial. And I think people invoke it every now and then without knowing the tragic underpinnings of the song. But I don't like Mondays. I will use it for that kind of just simple statement. Not because I dislike teaching or anything, or getting my week started. It's just I teach 3 classes, teach 2 back-to-back, then have lunch, have a short break, get ready, teach a third class rather, in 4th period. And it's a lot of standing. You have to kind of be up when you teach. You have to be, for lack of a better word, I'm going to use the Japanese word genki. You have to be sort of lively. You have to be engaged to engage your students. And sometimes that alone can be a little bit taxing. I tend to stand the entire 90 minutes when I teach. I don't sit down. And it's just hot as fuck. I'm sorry to curse, but it is so hot in my school. And if I have one complaint about my university, is they're frickin' stingy with the frickin' aircon. And they have it now. They turned it on July 1st. Even though it was hot in June, they don't turn it on until July 1st. So they turned it on last week. But it kind of blows cold for a while, and then it'll blow normal air for a while, and then it'll blow cold again, and it times out. There's no controller in my room. I don't control it. But just the fact that we have it, at least, is decent. But it's still hot. And then you walk out into the hall to walk back to your office, and it's fucking 30 degrees C, because there's no air conditioning in the buildings. So it gets me down, man. It gets me down. And so I walk around a sweaty mess on Mondays, basically. I have little hand towels and stuff that I use, but there's a TMI glimpse into my life right there. If you're a big person like me, July and August and September in Japan are just cruel, man. And the same goes for the house, I've got my aircon on now and I've got a fan going, and that's just to sort of maintain a livable temperature in here. But if I go out that door to my kitchen, back there to my bedroom, which has no aircon unit in it, I'll eventually open that door in a little while and start to air out that room just to try to bring it down from about 29 or 28 down to maybe 26 or 27 for when I go to bed. If you want to live in Japan, learn metric. learn C versus F. Yeah, so, even at home I struggle to kind of just be comfortable during these months, and, it's costly to run your aircon a lot, etc., but I do it because, what's the alternative? But anyway, so Monday I teach 3, and this week, actually, it's funny, I talked about, running home to see sumo and stuff. I forgot that I'm teaching makeup classes this week. So, my university, and I want to keep this under 10 minutes, so this is probably going to be my last story, but my university is odd, or maybe it's not, because I've only ever taught at one university in Japan, so I don't know what other universities are like. If you teach at a university in Japan, please tell me. But it's set up like a high school. There's no bells that ring or anything, but there's a first period, a second period, lunch, third period, fourth period, and so on. And, they're set 90-minute times with 10 minutes in between. And so it's not like, there's so many thousands of kids that this chemistry lab has class from, 10:30 to noon, and, you might have a humanities class over here in this part of campus or whatever. My campus is so small, and there's only about 1,000 students total, that it's like a high school, with and everybody goes to lunch at the same time. And so tomorrow, for example, I teach 6th period. I've never taught 6th period before. I didn't even know we really had a 6th period. But it starts at 6:20 p.m. and goes until 7:50 p.m. So kind of 6:30 to 8, but 10 minutes before that in each way. And so that's when they gave me, a makeup class. And unfortunately, it's for my class that's like the least attended. Like the kids are the biggest slackers that I have. So I'm literally expecting like maybe 3, maybe 4 students to show up. I give them a certain number of absences that they're allowed to take. And I think a lot of them will opt to take one and not have to come to this class tomorrow night. So it's tough, how do you plan that? Do you do something that has consequence? Do you, set up homework and everything, and then the next class when they come, everybody be bewildered because they didn't come to this makeup class? So there's things like that when you schedule your own lessons and do your own teaching, it's a lot to think about. And I came home and I watched sumo, and I just am so tired on Mondays when I get home that I always kind of I ate, like a frozen pizza, except it's not frozen. It's just, in the refrigerator. It lasts like 3 or 4 days. And I had a salad, and I'm drinking some royal milk tea right now. And, I try not to drink Coke after, say, 10 p.m. It's about 11 right now. So that's my day today. And tomorrow, though, I have this one makeup class. Normally I don't teach on Tuesdays. I used to have a first period class on Tuesdays, but it was a class where we talked to other universities, and other universities are finished in the world. So that class finishes early in our semester, and now I just have free time where I'm in the tutor center, etc. So, yeah, that was my Monday. The other thing I did this morning was I brought all that work home I showed you in the first vlog, and I left that frickin' bag with all my books and my lesson materials in my house. So I get to school and I'm about to walk off to class. I have about 15 minutes. I set up my computer and everything, and I realize I don't have that bag. I have to run to the parking lot, jump in my car, drive home, get the bag, go back, park in a different part of campus to try and get to class. I'm still 7 or 8 minutes late. Everybody was there, though. The kids don't leave. They're pretty cool about that. But, you feel bad. You're supposed to be setting the example, and here I am coming in late. And it just put my whole day off, man. So, alright, there's my ramble for vlog number 2. I have a good idea for vlog number 3, so maybe it won't just be a ramble. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first couple, and we'll be doing this every day, so come back tomorrow. Okay, see ya.